Created by Sucker Punch Productions, distributed by Ubisoft Entertainment and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo 64 in 1999. Rocket Robot on Wheels is like many popular games of its era, a 3D platformer, or more specific, a search and collect 3D platformer. Is it going to be able to set itself apart from others of its genre? Time to find out. In Rocket Robot on Wheels you play as Rocket, a robot on a wheel. Wheel, not wheels, Sucker Punch. Well, to be fair, it does use some vehicles at times that do have more than one wheel. Anyway, the day before Whoopee World, the happiest park in the galaxy, opens. Whoopee, the star, or fat pink walrus who looks a little bit like Murray, and a lot like McSweeney, gets kidnapped by Jojo, the evil raccoon, Sligover, who wants to kill Whoopee and make Whoopee's world Jojo's world. Now it is up to our hero to save the day. He, meaning you, will do so by collecting tickets. But in a search and collect 3D platformer, it isn't about what you collect, it is about how you collect it. Here is the chance to stand out. Rocket Robot on Wheels has physics. Physics that are the best of its time. But if the physics were there just to be impressive for tech geeks, the game would have aged very quickly. Which is not the case. Rocket Robot on Wheels uses its physics intelligently to create fantastically creative minigames and gaming moments that stand out even today. If you look upon Rocket, you can see that even his powers are created to take advantage of before its time outstanding physics engine. Rocket can pick up things and throw them, slam his enemies, jump and double jump, swing, this thingy, thing. The ice beam that he gets gives him the ability to freeze his enemies and create platforms on water. These are all buyable upgrades that you can buy from your Tinker tokens. You can also find health upgrades. One is located in every level. When being a robot on a wheel isn't enough, Rocket can use vehicles, like the flying carpet. Squadilla! There are a total of 7 vehicles, so you can certainly expect variety. Rocket is cute in a very specific way. That little antenna, those big cute eyes, cuddly shins, those hula hoops of wind, that little determination that you see when he's moving forward. Just makes you hate him, love him, and want to play as him. He definitely has a lot of personality for being a silent protagonist. The only part I don't like about him is whenever he jumps, he says "hoo hoo hoo," and whenever he swings, he says "yeah." And after a while, it really gets on my nerves. Controlling Rocket for the first time really feels awkward. But after a while, I got used to it. But that probably just was me not being used to an N64 controller. There are 7 worlds or parks, whatever you want to call them, and they all have 12 tickets each, A to L, which makes it a total of 84 tickets for the whole game. You'd think that because the tickets are A to K, you would need to collect them in the order of the alphabet, but that's the best part. You don't. You can run around and collect in whatever order you want to. Okay, so you have to collect all 7 machine parts, which will give you a ticket by the way, to get access to those awesome platforming courses and get their ticket. When I said that that was the best part, I meant what I said. For you see, I'm a collectist. I feel like I must collect everything. And in a game like Spyro 1, 2 or Year of the Dragon, it was a huge problem. I enter a level and play it until I've collected every gem, released every dragon, gotten every talisman, every orb and every egg. The level becomes repetitive and I hate that second the music stops. If I were to leave the level, all the enemies would be back, waiting when the game is loading and getting to all those portals. Even if it isn't terrible, it slows the game down. In Rocket Robot on Wheels, I jump seamlessly back and forth between worlds and I am just having a lot of fun. The loading screen is a 1-second black screen because it's a cartridge. You can go to a level just to take 1 Tinker token and then return. The pacing is really different, and in my opinion it is really much superior. Roaming around, just having fun, it really feels like an amusement park. An amusement park that is the happiest park in the galaxy. But even with all of that, it still has its sheer amount of search and collect 3D platformer problems. It's a word. Not knowing where to go is never fun. But most of the time, you actually do know where to go, because the game gives you riddles. Riddles about how you should do to get the remaining tickets. And also to let you know what tickets you've already collected. Okay, they're more like wordplays. Even though I always know, I sometimes find myself replaying those challenges. The happiest part in the galaxy. The one thing I hate the most in all to search and collect 3D platformers is those collectibles, or in this case, the Tinker tokens. There are 200 for every world, and there are 1,400 for the whole game. There are no riddles, you just gotta look everywhere. They were cool when I used them to buy upgrades. If you played a level, the whole level before, you don't want to search the whole place for like one little token. I hate those collectibles, and for good reasons. At least the golden ones give you 5 and the purple ones give you 10, but it still sucks. Otherwise, getting those tickets is a lot of fun. I mean, just look how you do to get that vehicle up there. Or what the vehicle does. Very fun, very creative. Or just look how you do to get across. There's a statue. He's throwing a ball. Oh! Now just look how you do to get past that guard. Mushroom platforming. You can build your own roller coaster. You can ride your own roller coaster. And then there's a smart, fun puzzle with it. I mean, wow! The game is just packed with stuff just like that. I can go on all day, but I don't want to ruin it for you. I just gotta say that the mission director in this game is one of the best in his line of work. Great job. Yeah, this game has a lot of serious quality people on board. A great engine with good for its time graphics and excellent physics. The game is still quite ugly though. I mean, it's still an N64 game. And the trees are especially ugly. I really like the soundtrack. It totally fits the mood and it's really catchy. It sounds like elevator music. The best elevator music there is. Not just that, the game is quite lengthy. At least for its time. I've played the game for over 10 hours and I still got stuff to collect. Although there is a speedrun, a tool-assisted one, by Azorae, link in the description, where he completes the game in about just 75 minutes. But your time would probably look more like mine, because the game is really hard. Almost too hard for most people. With all that said, this is one of the Nintendo 64's best games, and one of a hell hidden gem. Not that hidden anymore, since it has gotten some recognition over the years, but when it was released it got pretty poor sales, especially for such an ambitious game. Okay, so the cover looks like poor man's version, weird Mario Party. But still. But one thing is for sure, it certainly is a gem. Would I recommend this gem? Well, of course not. Okay, if you are an N64 collector, love this type of games, or is a huge Sucker Punch fan who is really curious, then yes. But the game is fairly rare, and I bought mine for 50 bucks, which just isn't worth for most people. Well, maybe if you had a little more luck and find it for a better price tag, then yes. And on top of that, I bought 2 N64s just for this game. The first one didn't work. That is a lot of money. Was it worth it? For me? Yes, I think so. But mostly just because I needed to get it out of my way. Don't get me wrong, I really liked the game. And it reached way more than my expectations. You know what? Let me show you some cool things. The crabs in Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus makes the same sound as the clowns in Rocket Robot on Wheels. All credit goes to me. In the Museum of the Carapulog in Sly 2, you can find a painting with Yojo's plan on it. In Sly 2 episode 5, you can go to the graveyard. And if you go down the crypt, stand here, face to the wall, and put up the binoculcom and rotate around, you see. He can also be found left of the elevator in the Sly 2 demo that came with the American version of Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. I don't really know this stuff, but it seems like Sucker Punch owns the rights to Rocket Robot on Wheels. Maybe it's just the characters, but it would be an awesome PSN title. Then I would definitely recommend it. Do it, Sucker Punch! You usually say that the first thing you do will always turn out to be crap. And if you look at Insomniac games and Outlaw, that is true. But not here. It is very impressive. With all its annoying parts where you're stuck, an old story to speak of, but fun gameplay, and a catchy soundtrack, and creative being an understatement, Rocket Robot on Wheels is one of the N64's best, and receives a 6.5 on my scale. Check out my scale video to understand why. Subscribe and like if you liked the video and wants to see more of Sucker Punch's history road. Hope to see you guys in part 2.